start out by saying that about like a year and a couple months ago, I caught Chessy reading a couple of pieces, and I'm just so honored and excited, and I'm really grateful for her helping me pull together the lineup. And yeah, I really love the Austin community here, and a lot of the inspiration for ice cream comes from our audience and our friends, and catching readings all about the city and kind of meeting other women writers. So I'm really grateful for tonight's lineup. So to introduce our first reader, we're featuring Chessy Normile. She is a poetry fellow at the Missioner Center for Writers at UT Austin, and she just loves ice cream in general, like a true human being. Also, if you buy, this is a set of 20, and this is one. If you buy some of these broadsides, they're going to the Lilith Fund, and you can purchase them through Chessy. She's got Venmo and also takes cash. Yeah, without further ado, Chessy.
Ooh, thank you. This is called 3 Fruit Flies. My hip bone knocked against the sink just now, and all 3 fruit flies lost their gravity at once, shot up into the air and hung, floating between my face and its buddy in the mirror. Such a metaphysical afternoon. See, I'm not thinking about you. I'm thinking about the impossibility of touching anything whatsoever. Sink, fruit fly, bed, self, you, damn it. Tonight it occurred to me that all the world's best art is probably in the homes of vampires, or maybe just most of the cubism. I can see myself beyond the flies, gray shirt wrinkled, red hair tangled, glasses so scratched it's like I did it on purpose. I am living, supposedly, and terrified of seeking something irreversible, cohabitation with bugs, for example. So I set a shallow cup of wine out and watch the flies get drunk and die on the counter. Meanwhile, you, nuance, are not drowning in a shallow cup of wine, nor in general. You are living in a body as ruled by gravity as my own, at least until science collapses. See, my hip hit the sink today, but somehow you bruised. That's about metaphysics. This is called Climb on Top of It. When I was a girl, there was this one nightmare so loud that it would continue to sound itself in the room after I'd opened my eyes. I'm the only cop in this bar. Miranda knows, but no one else. Later, I will let you pick me up like a boomerang. Literally, I will bend at the waist. You can use only one hand. You will throw me away from you and think you get the game, but I will straighten out mid-flight and keep going. Joke's on you, asshole. It's always good to lie here and tell the truth to a girl. I isolate myself because I guess I have to, and I love it, but it hurts me because I guess it has to. When I get to the top of this house, I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm not even wearing the special belt that makes this climb a game. Freeballing, scaling, so proud, because there's no one else here, and usually I am just cool for an audience. I understand nothing. I mean it. I have had enough. Somebody call me a cab. George, fetch the parcels. Kurt, the magazines. We're leaving. All right, there's another poem. Okay, witness. Washing my hands rapidly with nowhere to be, I splash some milky white water on my stomach. It drips in 3 rivulets onto the elastic band of my underwear, and I realize how sexless my life has become. I run a hand under the faucet, wipe the soap off my skin. I feel depressed. Mine is the loneliest bathroom on earth. People are like, haha, your poems are funny. And that's a kind of a miracle. I'm grateful. It's nice to share the joke of my existence with you. But, like the fish who tried to swallow Tobias's foot in a lesser-known moment in the Bible, I seem to function one way, when my life is really hidden in another. It's not the food of me, immediate, salty, eaten by the river, that you need. It's my weird gray organs, my heart, gallbladder, and whatever the other one is. Tobias didn't know about the heart, that it could be burnt when he sought to bed a haunted beloved, that it could drive the destroyer from the room for the both of them. Nor did he know of the gallbladder, which, if made into an ointment, could cure his father's blindness, cast a film over his eyes that he might peel gently back. I think I'm devastated. I don't know if Tobias was. Probably not, because he wasn't cursed, and I am. For 7 years I have stood at this sink, and sometimes, though rarely, I forget why. This is a momentary kind of a thing. The world's so fucked up is this poem's title. When you were dying, your jaw got weirdly strong, and the Q-tips I dipped in lemon slush to run along your gums would sometimes drop down between your teeth. You took each opportunity quickly, bit so hard it made me laugh. Nana, let go, I'd say, but you were done talking. You lay hollow and seemed to fall elsewhere beneath me. This made me sad in a couple ways, but mostly because you were suddenly able to take control for the first time, but only at the end. I'm in the library, up on the 5th floor by the plays. It's Wednesday and I'm warning you. Marie, the world is something I don't know. Each night, Hannah takes her shirt off and turns her back to me. We make jokes in her bedroom while I clean all 3 wounds with hydrogen peroxide pressed into cotton. I have gotten good at this. Next, I put a little bacitracin on my finger and gently cover each cut like I'm icing it. This is the happiest part of my day. I feel useful. You feel better. I can't believe it. I want to cover the cuts on every single body on the planet, plus every other planet too, with bacitracin. But the problem is I'm not smart enough, and the cuts are complicated, and go deep inside, and people hate people, and I don't know anything. I keep saying that. I don't know anything. Last night even I said it. I don't know anything. It made you defensive. You thought I meant, and neither do you. Maybe I did mean that. Like I said, I don't know. Cool. So I'm going to read 2 more poems, but I'm really into the Lilith Fund for Reproductive Equity. I think they're amazing, and I've been raising money for them the past couple of weeks, and the broadsides include a poem by Sam Karras, who was the first open mic reader. So if you like that, you're gonna like this. And yeah, they're good gifts. I wrapped them. Anyway, okay, locksmith. I waited in the yard for the locksmith, his faint voice, faint blue chain tattoo. My neighbor Sarah introduced herself by climbing the fence. She brought me a fresh bowl of weed, which we smoked standing a few feet apart. The sun fell behind the house. The yard switched on. A small patch of soft pink and white flowers were lifted by the wind. The light set fire to the pollen inside. Wow, I said. This was a good planet, Sarah said, tapping the ash out her bowl in the grass. She blended it into the dirt with a sneaker before climbing back over the fence. According to the locksmith, there had never been anything wrong with the door. He explained this by opening it silently, stepping through the threshold inside and turning around to face me in the dark. He waited there until I made a sound with my throat to show I understood. And this is the last one. Thanks so much. This is so great. I don't need to do this now, but I had the impulse to. It's too late. I'm going to hold them. Okay. It's called In the End. I believe in believing. It's done well by me. So when death arrives in bed sheets, like a child in the yard, I inhale, perform a miracle where I turn bread into toast and seek to ready my soul. Every last thing, everybody arrives, and I have 3 seemingly revelatory thoughts. We think the heart is the mind, and then we think the mind is the mind. Sometimes, in a sexy mood, I'll say, destroy me. Mostly though, TBQH, I've been like, wait, no, don't. Third is, we wait, whether we know it or not, for a day like this, a last one. Satisfied, the child floats toward me in the narrowing and relative grass. My vision pares down to a point. It reminds me of something. I remember that I am a goat. No, that's not it. It's the toaster. I remember to unplug it from the wall. Proud of myself, I lean through the door, a motion I expect to feel silky and ethereal, but which in fact translates to my tripping over nothing and tumbling out into the grass. I look up at the ghost in what is now a vanishing thimble of sight. She's pulling her sheet off in one long fluid tug. The yard turns to static before she is finished, but I feel positive that, had I been able to see it, she would have had a face. Thank you.